You look stoic.
Pardon? Just reading some emails in the background.
Oh, I gotta.
So it was covering up the Zoom chat window. So
Let me see here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Let me look and see if he answered. Oh, Lord Jesus, I gotta learn to not have so many windows open at a time.
talk about it. It's like and the issue I've got is that I'm so used to working with two windows, getting used to working with one, like two screens rather. But because I'm using the the laptop all the time now, it's yeah, you don't have the same, obviously don't have the same screen space.
Okay.
We used to see if we got any follow, like anybody turn up from the LinkedIn invite, because even and it doesn't look, I'll just check and see if anybody's actually anybody else.
I just invited somebody, but he said he actually has an in-person meeting to go to right now. So I'll be right back. I gotta go grab. Yeah, I should have muted myself before I finish. I'll be right back. I just need 1 minute.
No. Hey, right.
Red, Helen.
Hi guys.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Another day in paradise, eh?
What's your weather like down where you are, Ray?
We had a bit of rain night before last. I was at Bluff, and then when I left to come into Invercargill, it was wet all the way in, but it wasn't bad. It was just the tail end of the cyclone, and when I say the tail end, it was just a little bit of rain, bugger all, but not like the shit that happened up in the North Island there, you know.
My
Yeah,
it's just bog again here.
but we got all the do-gooders of the world saying it's the
All that
climate
climate
change.
change that's causing it all, isn't it? It's like it's so warm these days. Like we had 33 degrees yesterday, and it's 26, going to be 26 high at 26 today.
Yeah,
So
well, it's a cyclone season over this part of the world as well, up in the Pacific, and that runs for about best part of 6 months.
yep.
So now and then you get this one come down off the west coast of New Caledonia and down the middle of the Coral Sea area, and but it's very rare that they get this far south, you know, and so it's not unusual, you know, but it's not an everyday occurrence, and it hit areas that were fairly hilly, and they got lots of logs and trees and stuff all washed down into the valleys and roads blocked and Christ knows what. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's only the weather.
That's
We're
true.
We're prettying up the place here.
Yeah, good. I decided to join. It's okay.
What did you decide to do?
Boom.
I said the women are here prettying up the place. Fred thought I meant him.
Okay, I'll sit back. It's okay.
You're fine. You're just lovely.
Your hair
just
matches
how you
anyways.
are. Right? Yeah, true. We're all coming in with various shades, eh?
That's right, we're all shades of grey.
Yeah, what?
Just don't say 50 shades because that's whole different
It's
thing.
only five shades. We're okay. No,
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
That's all we can handle.
That's right. That's about all this screen can take anyway. Well, I'm glad everybody's here today. Thank you so much for coming. Usually what we do is have you do a little intro for yourself and actually just share after you introduce yourself what an ideal partner would be for you, or if you're looking for some sort of collaboration. So we all have our own network. So it's We love to be able to help you and connect you to the right people who will move your business forward. So welcome to the Thursday edition of Community Networking Project. And I think we'll put Fred in the hot seat first because it's his fault we're here. Or because it's his brainchild. Let's put it that way.
Don't go down the blaming track. You know, we have enough politicians doing that now without our friends doing that, you know.
Okay, so we'll thankfully say, Fred, it's
yeah, we can thankfully blame him. We can thankfully blame him, yeah.
That's perfect language.
We had no personal responsibility in our choices, Sherry, you know that.
That's right. That's right. Okay, Fred. No, we chose to be here. So you go ahead, Fred.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Sherry. Most of you know me. Actually, I think everybody here knows me, but I'll go through the normal stuff anyway, just for the recording's sake. My name's Fred Gillen. I run a digital agency called More Marketing Ideas from my home office in Melbourne, because that's what I actually do. I give businesses more marketing ideas. And I also established this networking group a bit over 12 months ago to bring people together and connect them. And that's my focus probably for this year. At the moment, we have 200 members, 200 plus members. I think it's 206 last time I checked. And I'm getting people in dribs and drabs at the moment. The hard part is getting them into these rooms. Joining the networking, the Facebook is easy, but getting them into these rooms, and maybe it's just the Christmas season still applying or whatever. But my focus this year is to get to 1,000 Facebook members in the group. And then by a byproduct of that, I'd expect that we'd probably have 200 paid members in the networking group where everybody can benefit and communicate. We've set up a private chat room for paid members as well. So that's another thing that we've just added to the group. And I've also changed the pricing model to, again, taking a lesson out of Missy Henkel's portfolio. She said in the year 2021, she didn't want money to get in the way of anybody obtaining her services. So I decided to go down that path, and we've now got a $7 a month option for people to join. So there should be no reason for anyone not to join. They get limited access. Well, actually, you don't get any access to the web stuff with that thing, and they get 4 meetings a month instead of the 20 odd meetings that they can attend. And there's another level, there's a 2023 level and a $47 level, which obviously gives you more products. And there will be a fourth VIP / already called VIP, so I've got to come up with another term for it, but there'll also be a fourth option later, which will include lots more stuff. Obviously I'm working with a couple of people on that to pull that together.
It's the ultimate.
There you go, the ultimate package.
The ultimate.
I like it. Yes, cool. Okay, it's in concrete. So that's coming down the path. And again, it's all about helping people connect. That's what it's designed to do. It's not about making money in the group, although it has turned into a mini business at the moment because there is obviously income coming in. And we'll be probably later in when I have a look at the stats and see what's going on, we're probably going to add some kind of referral bonus, whether that's access to content or whether it's a money bonus, yet to be decided. Okay.
Ooh, exciting things on the horizon.
Gillen, more marketing ideas, because that's what I do.
More and more. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Fred. Appreciate that. I would love to go to Helen next and share with us your expertise, please.
Yeah, I'm Helen. I'm actually from New Zealand. I actually do 2 businesses that I link together. One's my Go Cards, which is a autopilot software, which works on Facebook, but they're working on to also going to be able to use it on LinkedIn. So it actually able to set out, do your messages, and I send out, I usually do between 50 and 60 messages a day. I do that in 2 lots. And I can target groups, I can target people's posts, I can target people's ads. But there's many features. One of the ones is also the CRM, which means you can put everybody into groups. Then you can also send a blast off. One of the ones I do like is the birthday post, because that's a great way of connecting with people. You know, instead of having to manually go and send a message to everybody, I've got it set up where it does it every day to them. And through that, I also promote my go-cards in the BNG, which is a biohacking networking group. It is a paid referral group. And I actually run the chapter, which is today, which is for 12 noon New Zealand time, or 5 p.m. Central time. And what's linked with that, what the difference is part we've got like advantage to health products, because health, without health, we haven't got our wealth. But we also have Grant Cardone's licensee, and the founder of it has just been voted #1 sales coach for the year for Grant Cardone. So we have access, we're the only group that can actually have access to the Grant Cardone University stuff, sales coaching. So there's more to, apart from the virtual, they have 2 virtuals, plus if people who are in Austin, they actually have an in-person. But we do coaching, we do role plays, we do accountability calls, as well as the actual Zoom meetings.
Nice. Who doesn't love Grant Cardone? Actually, I know a couple of people that don't, and I think they're just offended by his direct messaging. And that person is not me. Anyway, that's just what I say.
Yep,
I like his boldness. So and his wife as well.
It's also his energy as well,
His
like
energy is
the energy he delivers, and it doesn't matter whether you like him or not. The educational component of what he teaches is amazing.
Some people can't get past a personality thing, and I think, you know what, you have to, if you want to succeed. Sometimes you can learn from people that maybe annoy you, and maybe that's the case with that, but you cannot discount the validity of his teaching is phenomenal. And I do think he's even as kind of rough around the edges sometimes as he sounds, I think he's very heart-centered, with what he teaches. So anyway, that's why I digress. Next, we're going to go to the amazing Ray.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here. Well, good morning, everyone. Ray Treadaway from raytreadaway.com. And I'm an advocate for New Skin and their beauty appliances like the Lumi Spa here. Okay, and the Lumi Spa now comes out in using an IO, which is internet something that can monitor your uses and what you're doing with it. And I like to help people who look after themselves, want to make their skin good. It applies to both men and women, because guys have skin as well. Some of them are a bit thick, but they're okay. They in the main, but we're ordinary blokes. We cut the skin, it's still red blood that comes out. But I like to work also with people in the beauty therapy arena as well. The devices we have, this is just one device out of 5, okay, that we have on the market, and they all work really well. And New Skin is the #1 leader in that field of beauty devices, and have been for some years. And the technology that's in them is awesome. So if you want to look 10 years younger in 10 minutes, come and see me. I can help you. Ray Treadaway from raytreadaway.com in Invercargill, across the ditch at the bottom of the country.
I love that. And you just never know where Ray's going to be. So, okay. Thank you so much, Ray. Appreciate that. You can pretty us up in 10 minutes. That's awesome. All right. Next, we're going to go to the delightful Sue Coleman in yet another country in Canada. So take it away, Sue.
Yeah, hi everybody. Happy New Year. Haven't seen everybody in a while. So I wear 2 hats. I'm a brand partner with Neora. So getting older is a privilege. Looking at it is entirely optional. And that's where I come in with plant-based products that are naturally, like, just clean beyond belief. So clean beyond meets performance. Extraordinary products. I've used them for 10 years and I just love them. But the other thing that I'm doing is I am a licensee with Selling on the Spot, as you all know. And I would invite you, I'm not sure the 10 o'clock tomorrow morning time frame will work for you unless you're in Nighthawk. But we have one tomorrow, Friday the 13th. Yeah. So I'm saying, bring your black cat, bring your broom, bring your offer, and join me on Zoom. Friday 13th could be your lucky day from 10 a.m. to 12 noon.
Nice. Bring whatever your superstition is for Friday the 13th. May the energy be with you. Thank you so much, Sue. Appreciate that.
Crowd tomorrow.
Right. That's great. That's great. So Mary, up next, you're up.
I'm Mary, and I am an integrative behavior specialist and a live talk show host. I specialize in working with individuals with mental health issues and special needs. My favorite is autism, and I teach you how to connect with your kids and slow life down to their level and help release all the frustrations that you get dealing with special needs kids.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Mary.
I'm still learning. I'm slowing the talking part down.
That's
me
all right.
too.
No worries. This is a pretty laid back environment. So I will introduce myself, Sherry Leopold. I'm the host of this Thursday session of Community Networking Project. I'm also the CEO of Option Creators, and I think I named it Option Creators simply because I have so many things I do. I just have to have options, and I want to be able to connect with my people the best way I can that serves them. And so I have multiple different options. The thing that I am most focused on is my Wow Warrior platform. And I'm excited that Sue Coleman is one of our Wow 2023 award winners. Woo! Raise the roof. Woohoo! So you'll be seeing a lot about Sue in 2023, and we'll be talking
I feel
a lot
sorry for you
about
now.
what she does. No, you're awesome. That just means you're going to inspire a lot more women, and I'm excited about that. So that part is what I'm really focused on right now, is the Wow Warrior platform, which includes the awards like Sue is part of, but also includes an upcoming magazine that is debuting March of 2023. And also the Wow Warrior television show that I host, where I shine a light on incredible people who you just say, wow, when you meet them. And so that is actually, you're going to start seeing episodes of that actually in about 2 weeks, actually. So I'm excited about that. And that would be actually a great collaboration partner for me, is somebody who has an expertise, wants to write about something they're passionate about, whether it's helping people, whether it's a product, a service, something that you want to connect to an audience that you haven't done before, or you want to shine a light on your brilliance because you want people to say, wow, when they see you interviewed on my show. So that would be a great collaboration partner for me this week. And here we go. So enough about me. Does anybody have any questions before I throw something else into the mix?
I've seen things about, I guess there's been some changes to the program or whatever about bringing offers and things like that. So could somebody fill me in on that? Because I'm kind of like,
We're gonna make Fred, he's on that side to me, talk about that, because this is actually a special opportunity. But maybe we'll let you do that, and then we'll let Brenda introduce herself, because she's going to come on here in a second. So Fred, why don't you talk about that, and then or should we let Brenda go first? Let's see.
You're the host?
Okay, I'm the host. Brenda, why don't you introduce yourself, and then Fred's going to talk to us about what this how this meeting is a little bit different. So you go ahead, Brenda.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Okay. So my name is Brenda Marie Sheldrick. I am your biz leads expert. I help busy entrepreneurs to generate more qualified leads for their business through relationship building. I help you to create leads that last and clients that stick.
And who is a collaboration partner for you that you would be looking for?
So I am looking for experts in anything that will help an entrepreneur, because I want to make sure that as many entrepreneurs as possible stay in business forever. I don't want you to go out of business. So if you have something that will make an entrepreneur's life easier, then I want to talk to you.
Sweet. I love that. Thank you so much, Brenda, and thanks for being here. And now we are going to yield the floor to Fred, the fantastic Fred, who's going to tell us a little bit about this special offer thing. Quote,
Okay,
unquote.
what I've decided to do after having a chat with a few of the members was that want to make today is an offer day in the networking environment. I always had an offer day up in the Facebook group. So, and that used to be a Monday, which was Sunday your time, but in the States. So on Sunday, you could post an offer in the group, in the Facebook group, and there was only one day a week you could do that, right? But then I decided, well, what's the benefit for members? So decided then to roll it out and say, okay, if you put an offer up in the Facebook group and you're a paid member, you can come in, and we actually had it today. You can come in and talk about that offer. Right, so we'll go and open up the Facebook page, highlight the offers, and you can expand on the offer and explain it in detail. So that was the concept. Now, when we launched this 2 weeks ago and spoke about it, I worked out that people, because we had the offer day today, right, in the networking meeting, and I made the offer day the same day in the Facebook group, which was pointless because by the time the meeting was over, the offers were going up. So now what I've done is I've actually moved the offer day to the day before. So instead of being Thursday and at the same time as this meeting, it's now Wednesday your time. So on Wednesday your time, there's an offer day. You can post your offer up. And the concept is that we will open up that Facebook page, share it on the screen, and then the person that has the offer can actually talk more about it. So, and you've got screen sharing ability.
I can do it. I don't have an offer up on there because I actually didn't connect that because we're in different, because we have in this room Canada, US, New Zealand, and Australia. Since we're so global, like the days are not the same. And so like that, I wasn't prepared for that, but hold on 2 seconds while we do that. So after we get done doing this portion of it, and I'm going to have you expand a little bit on something, Fred, just know that I'm going to ask a question to all of you, and I want you to be thinking about your answer to this. I want to have each of us talk about what way we are marketing what we do that is converting the best for you right now. And I want to talk about that. So just think about that in terms of your own business. We're going to come back to that. And then Fred, I want you, while I'm going and getting the screen share thing up, I want you to talk a little bit about who is it that gets to access and utilize this share part.
Okay.
Because
yeah, the Facebook group hasn't changed. That's still a free Facebook group. And anybody on that offer day can post an offer. So that's free. There's no involvement in there. But
you don't have to be a member to do that. And if you're just a member of the Facebook group, you can do it. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. But what I've decided to do is because the whole idea is to grow more, get more people in, get more people to these meetings. And there has to be some kind of incentive to do that. Right. And one of the ways I thought about it was that if we have people, give people the capacity to offer their services in these meetings of 1 day a week, it's not at every meeting, it's 1 day specifically. And I particularly picked this one because the time zone seems to work for a lot of people. And to be quite blunt, my target audience is the US. That's where I want to get people because the audience is a lot bigger than in Australia and New Zealand. Like we will get people in from Australia and New Zealand, but if we can get more people in from the US, then suddenly everybody wins because now it's a global market. So no matter what you're selling, people in the world will purchase it. So for $7 a month, you can get access to talk about your offer, right, at 4 meetings, right? So for $20.23 per month, you can get to talk about that offer at every meeting, every offer day meeting. And there's a few other bonuses in there. So you have to be a paid member to talk about the offer, right? We will still display the other offers because we'll flick through them, but we won't talk about them, right? So because the screen will be open, people in the room will still see it, but unless you're a paid member, you don't get to talk about it.
So is Thursday, like, is Thursday or your Friday the only offer day meetings that this applies to?
Correct.
Just on Thursdays?
Yeah. Yeah. So effectively, if somebody joined at the $7 level, right, they could
Yeah.
do they get to 4 meetings. They can get to 4 meetings in the month. Then they can decide to join to come every meeting in 1 week, or they can come once a week. So if they specifically select to do this meeting, then they can talk
Okay.
about their offer at each of those meetings for $7 a month.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense for everybody? So you could join for $7 a month. And if that was the only thing you wanted to do was to come to this meeting and share this offer, then that would be the way that you could do that. It's probably, in my opinion, sort of short-sighted on the best use of your time, but like, who am I? I am just the host. So there's that. So I did not post in here yet, Fred. So there you go. So this is an example of.
We'll make a bit of an exception today because it's new, right? So, and whether you're a paid member here today or not, right? Because we'll police this moving forward. But if you're a paid member here today or not, if you've got an offer, even if it's not displayed, we've got the time. So, you know, it's a small group. Hopefully this will expand out, and that, you know, we'd have to limit the time that people can talk about it.
Look at Ray. Ray's
got-
on here. Ray followed directions. So we're gonna pick on Ray and see what he did. He made an offer here, talked about about Nu Skin, which he shared a little bit about. Let's see. Would you like to add anything to your offer today, Ray, or make a specific offer in this group?
I can have my body, it's free.
I'm not surprised.
Sometimes I put a price
No,
on it.
this is being recorded, Ray. You're on matter of record.
Before or after debt, right?
The price is now just going up, Sherry.
I see that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'll ask a question then, Ray. In the Nu Skin, first, how long have you been with Nu Skin?
I joined Nu Skin in '93.
Oh, I can't even do math.
And
That's
I've been on
almost 30
and
years?
off. Say that again?
Almost 30 years?
Yeah.
Holy wow, you rock. So let me ask this question of you. Like, I know that as a lot of companies have tons of products, Nu Skin I know does too. What is your number one thing that throughout the years and ongoing, that's been your number one thing that people lean to? Like, what's that thing?
What do you mean?
Like, what product? Is there a specific product that stands out that if somebody starts with something, it's usually this blank, whatever that is?
It depends on what you're interested. Some of them go totally down the health and nutrition track in that area. Some of them do the lippy and the gloss and the makeup and all that, and then others are just consumers all around the general consumption products. And then there's the beauty devices as well, and so you've got things like the Lumi Spa and the Galvanic Spa, which is sitting behind me, and they've been huge sellers and very, 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 very popular. And then going back a little while ago, quite a few women and got in and went down the social media track, and there's been no men come into the business for some years. In the initial era of most network marketing companies, it's men that get in and drive it along, but the social aspect come along, and it's created a lot of women leaders, which has really been awesome for them. So the marketplace is changing, as Fred and I have discussed, and we've all discussed a bit at times about the way artificial intelligence is going. And then you get what's happened with the company. They've just invested 500 million, that's $500 million in new technology. And I just sent Fred a little video on the future of AI and what's happening when it comes to consumerism. because it's going to monitor and track all our movements, and it's all going to lead to better sales and more sales, but also it's going to lead to systems that are going to evolve from this as well, because it's the systems that work. The people don't work, it's the systems that work, you know. And
that's a good point that you bring out too, because having been in the same space for many years, people often want to use, and I know Sue, you'll probably attest this, they want to use one thing when something was designed with 3 pieces for maximum effect, but they want the maximum effect with 1 piece. And it's just not really how things were necessarily designed for the best result. So, well, thank you so much, Ray, for following directions, number 1, or knowing the directions, maybe that, and actually sharing that information. What is Ray Treadaway's favorite product? How about that?
well, it's a little tube of enhancer gel, which is full of aloe vera. That's my favorite product. And I use that regular as hell, you know. And I use it as a moisturizer on skin and things like that, and good for healing cuts, and you know,
Nice.
you know, a little, it's like a tube of toothpaste sort of thing, you know. You know, it's just a good little product, you know.
I love it. So, okay,
And a
so
glass of beer, and a glass of beer.
yes, well, that is always helpful,
Yeah.
or most of the time, unless you're going to church. It's probably not helpful. Anyway, so actually, I'm gonna chastise our fearless leader here because he doesn't have his offer in offer day, and you're the one that knew what was going on. So this is your
Yep.
public spanking right
Yeah,
here.
there's no excuse. I was out all day yesterday, chasing a client, and well, not really chasing some business, but so I was out all day yesterday, and I completely forgot about it. And there's no excuse, because if it's not happening at the top, it doesn't happen at the bottom. You know, all this
No
stuff.
worries. Well, I'm gonna stop sharing because the rest of the offers aren't in there yet, but that's okay. What we're gonna do when we get done today is go put our offer in there on that post. So that way it'll all be in there. But I do want you to be able to do that today for yourself. So how about Helen, we'll start with you. You can tell us what offer you're going to make into the group when you get off and you go, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do that. So we'll let you do that right now. How about?
Oh, right, I just have to, yeah, because well, I'm going to actually, I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to put it, what I'm going to do with the 2 businesses.
And just so you know, an offer can be just to meet with you and talk about those things, because sometimes you want to find out what is a good fit. I think that is always a terrific offer, especially if you don't know somebody well.
Yeah, that is. I think that is actually having that one-on-one with people, having that opportunity. For me, that's really important, because doesn't mean how much written up there. It's not the same as actually offering to be able to have a one-on-one. So no, that's what I'm going to write a post.
Awesome. And okay, so that would be great. I am going to take you up on that offer, Helen, because I don't know you very well. So we're going to fix that. So, and I will see how I can support you in that. So next, I'm going to pick on the fabulous Sue to share. What would you like to offer us today?
Well, I've given the locations of people on here and stuff. I think that probably the most sensible thing is to talk about Neora, because right now Neora has an amazing opportunity for anybody who is looking for one to join the company for $0 when you purchase a product at the time of enrollment. We've also done a comparative chart that I can show people to show the benefits of Neora as far as the business opportunity. I mean, the products, they speak for themselves. But the business opportunity, there are no gotchas, no inventory to hold, no quotas. We actually our free product is used towards our compensation. Like it counts towards volume. There's just, there's so many things that if somebody is looking for a business opportunity, I really believe right now that we have one of the best out there. I mean, if you don't buy a product, it's less than $30. So it's still an amazing way to start your new business. I just, when I think back to when I joined, it was $1,000 US. And I'm thinking like now it can be free. So that's probably the, I will free.
I will just pop in right now and say that free is my favorite F word.
But it's, yeah,
I want to Siri thing.
I'm just so excited about the opportunity right now and what we have in front of us and what's coming. And the company just checks all the boxes. So I'm really excited to be associated with them. And I believe
And do be, thank you. And do be sure that you put your offer and your contact information in the chat as well for the people in the group so that they can take advantage of it, because sometimes it's hard to go and do that while you're listening.
Yeah.
So if you would put that in there for us, that would be amazing. And next we are going to go to Mary. If you would share with us whatever your beautiful offer is for today. Oh, you're muted.
I completely forgot about it. Giving everybody an opportunity to meet with me and have an opportunity to highlight what you do on my radio station. And I'm looking at possibly next week setting it up so that you can promote and advertise like on my website and stuff like that for a small fee.
I'm in. I will set that up. I heard puppies barking, I think. You are muted if you continue talking. So anyway, that's all right. Sounds like the puppy needs to go out. Okay, thank you, Mary. And next we are up to Fred. Did you give your offer yet?
No,
You didn't,
no,
right?
and like everybody else, I'm trying to think about what can, what's a good thing. And I'm going to follow the same path as everybody else. What I'm going to offer is a 30-minute website audit, but live. So you jump on a Zoom call with me. We'll go through, have a look at your website and give you hints and tips on how to sort it.
Nice. I think that's a great strategy. And you know what? It's such a gift because when you have your website, especially if it's a personal website, not one that's replicated like by a company, it's very difficult. You get used to seeing, and if there are holes, you don't always see them because you know what's supposed to be there. You know what it's supposed to look like and how people are supposed to interpret the information. So it's always good to have those extra set of eyes with fresh eyes looking at it going, this is missing. So you might want to fix that. So I think that's an awesome deal, Fred. Thank you for sharing that.
Bit of advice for everybody in the room just on that, because now it's pretty well standard. Everybody is using mobiles to search for stuff, right? So unless we're doing something on a desktop, but 90% of the time you're out on the road, you search for something on a mobile, and if your website is not mobile friendly, and what I mean by that is that you don't have to pinch stuff and expand stuff or whatever to look at it. It's your mobile site has got to be worked out so you step through things, not move sideways or click on buttons, because if somebody has to move and do stuff, they're gone to somebody else which got a nice, easier website to monitor or manipulate, whatever. And the one thing I'd encourage everybody to do is to put your contact details right up the top, not down the bottom as a lot of people do in the footers. So because people don't want to scroll to get, if somebody wants a dentist, they want to ring them now because they've got a toothache. They don't want to read all the bullshit about his practice and his expertise or anything else, right? So the phone number, contact details should be very clearly at the top, first page they see when they contact you. So if you're not doing that now, fix it.
Absolutely. Excellent advice. worth being here today for probably that advice. So thank you so much. So I'm sitting here going, what do I offer? What do I offer? What do I offer? Something I don't talk about very much is actually my Lavelle business. I don't talk about it very much when I'm here, but I've been on our new Thrive Elite, which is actually the basis is our normal Thrive experience. And they took that and put a weight loss component on top of that and enhanced that. So it's everything the Thrive experience is. It's just an elite version, which is specifically designed to drop pounds. So I'm excited. The first full 7 days I've been on, I've lost about 3 pounds. I have been thriving for 9 years actually, and love the product itself, just the regular Thrive experience. So I'm really excited to be kind of testing the new waters, even 9 years in with a new product. So I would love the opportunity just to have a conversation with you about what might be a good fit for you. And what products might serve you for the goals that you're looking for. So really, I just want to meet with you and see if it's a good fit for you. I am like the queen of deals and specials. So, but you have to talk to me in person to kind of find out what that will look like for you. So you can schedule a time with me to talk about thriving. So that is my offer that I will be putting in there. So now we are going to pop back. I guess we lost Brenda. We're going to pop back and actually, I'm going to go back to the question that I asked. What marketing strategy is working best for conversions for you? It's great to use reels and do this and post 18 times a day or do live video or whatever it is, but I'm curious what it would be. What is it that's working for you right now that's putting dollars in your bank account and how it's converting? What is it that's working for you? Fred, we're going to pick on you first. Sorry. Or you're welcome.
I mean, it's predominantly it's Facebook, right? That's where, and obviously referrals, like that, you know, that's people talking about me and that I've already got existing clients share that when they bring stuff that way. But that's something you can't control because it's up to the referral partner to do that. So you've got to be proactive in getting your message out there. And what I'm finding at the moment is that Facebook is actually doing that for me. Like, so I just follow the normal setup plan. So you go and you comment on 10 posts before you do anything on Facebook. So go and comment on other people's posts. And then I send out 50 invites a day. I usually spend them out at 10, you know, and maybe 20 and then 20 and then another 10, whatever. Just through the day. I don't do the 50 at once. So for friend requests, and then I follow up with those friend requests. And that's what I'm finding is actually working. It's not, you know, it's not a tap that you just turn on and it's a ebb and flow of water, but it's drip fed, you know. But if you think about it, if each of us gets one new client, and I mean a good client, not, you know, every month, then that would probably change your business. So you end up with 12 new clients by the end of the year. So, you know, if you look at the smaller wins, so like that, you know, if I can get in one new client a month, well, depending on obviously the value of the client, but it's worthwhile, and it doesn't matter how much time I spend getting that client, you know. So that's, yeah.
I think that's true.
Yep.
I agree. So how about you, Ray? Is there something that you'd like to share that's working well for you right now?
Well, I've been in a bit of a limbo state the last probably 5 or 6 months. And so what's starting to happen right now, I've got the VA on board, and that I'm going to go down that strategy of getting her to do a lot of my postings. And then I'm going to go back to the old ways of the telephone.
Yeah, and I know you've mentioned that before, that's a huge strong of yours.
Yeah, so this last week or so, it's been busy getting information to Fatima, you know, and getting all that set up and the little bits and pieces of tools that need to be done. And then also going to do a fax mail out, individual faxes, not mass faxes, and individual fax. And so I've got to design that one up. I may get Fatima to do it, or I may get somebody else to design the cover page up, and then do that. And then what?
Are people still using faxes?
What's that?
Are people still using faxes?
Did I say faxes? Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Emails. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. E comes before F. Fred,
I was
okay, in the
I was like, I guess businesses maybe
and
take back.
success comes before work. Okay, in the dictionary.
I'll tell
Okay.
you. I'll tell you a story about faxes when we go.
Having a Friday moment. It's a Friday moment here. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and from that aspect. So the and monitor that and see how it goes. The bank balance is going to tell if it's working or not. But I like the idea of going back to the old ways of picking the telephone up, and if you can't get the telephone, just do what Fritz does and say you're free to talk after this chat, and either they are or they aren't, and that sort of thing. So I think those older ways are proven and they work. Okay, and especially if you get a guy like me who's impatient, I like to press the bloody key and make it work and get a result straight away. And but if you're sitting back on your ass waiting for someone to answer your post, you're pushing water uphill with a rake. It's as simple as that. And you really got to be pro. Well, I could say something else.
Great line.
I could say something
Water
else.
uphill with a
Okay.
rake.
But they will want to keep it well toned down, and from that. But that all you want is a yes or a no. Either you're interested in what's being offered to you at that point, and you may strike. It might be the wrong time, but the point is you open the door, and you can keep it open with a bit of communication throughout the year. You just never know when people are going to change.
Or a new rake.
Yeah, in a new way. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best line. I've not heard that, but pushing water up a hill with a rake. That's like when you know something isn't working.
There's always something new to learn. Okay.
That's right. I'm just that one's gonna ring laughter for me for a while. Okay, so Helen, how about you? What are you working on right now in your marketing, or where and what's working for you that's converting, that's putting dollars in your pocket?
Well, one of the things I do is using the software for my go cards because that saves me a lot of time going through manually finding people to talk to. So the system does it. So the people that do reply back to me, I find it, so depending, sometimes I will just send a text message, but what I find more effective is actually sending a voice message. Because by sending a voice message, then people actually get to know who you are, that you're actually a real person. And I find you get more effective about them replying back. Then after asking some couple of questions, what I'd like to do is try and actually get them on a presentation and actually talk to them. Because I find that actually quicker. It's also, again, you actually find out what they're looking for, and then you can actually show them, do a screen share with what you're offering if they're interested. And I find that's a better way of doing it personally. And if I'm using my go cards which I use it for my go cards, the messages, sometimes I use it, and I also use it for the B&G. And of course, then it's actually inviting them to doing a presentation, but also inviting them to the actual networking group, because they can come twice for free. So they can actually see what we've got for value.
Yeah, so, that's
nice. And we also do a lot of, I'm not myself not so good at it, but the other two members that are actually involved in promoting the B&G, they actually do a lot of cold calls as well. And that comes back to the Grant Cardone's training, that side of it. So yes, his training has actually really helped me how to talk to people, how to respond. And that's made,
it's really
made a huge difference.
Yeah, his whole style has such a fearlessness to it. And that really helps if you can get past your own in cold call.
That's been my big mindset. I've had to work on myself to get past some of those. Yeah.
I always think if you can get past yourself feeling cold, you
Yeah.
can probably get to the warm part if you can get yourself out of the cold. That's really what that is. Okay, Sue, how about you? What is working for you right now? I see lots of your cool marketing that's been going out, but I'm just curious for you.
Well, I'm just finding that talking to people is really what's converting. I mean, I've been making a concerted effort to, especially around selling on the spot, is going to network meetings and just, I'm finding this background is helping because they're going like, what, leads? So we have a conversation. But yeah, because I mean, I've got, I think 7 new people now coming to the event tomorrow, which is, it just really happened over the last week and a half with me talking to people. So I think the personal connection is really what's working for me right now. And I'm sure with the Neora business getting back out there and talking to people is also going to be the same thing.
That's
Personal
awesome.
connection, building the relationship.
100%, 100%. How about you, Mary? What's working for you?
Well, one, my talk show, but the other one is TikTok. I get a lot more people talking and signing them in as clients in my coaching and mental health business through videos and stuff in TikTok. Once I figured out how to do it.
Well, and I think that points to a very important part of what we're talking about in marketing in general. On TikTok or on Reels or any of those things, people get a glimpse of you, not the perfect you necessarily, but you. And that's actually what people really love is real people, you know, and not the polished, perfect, you know, Mary, but the Mary who shows up as Mary, you know, when I'd meet in the grocery
Which is why I look like this.
This is most of the time how I go to the grocery. But not always. But yeah, but video is king. I just wrote an article on that because that, or a blog post, I guess it was, because that's how people connect you. People love faces. That's just it. That's why even in your marketing, if your face is on the marketing, you have at least one step up than a flat picture of something that is outdoors with a saying or something, because people like people. That's obviously why I think the one-on-one works. Like for me, I've been thinking about this a lot because I actually because I've been launching the magazine and the TV show and been doing different things, I actually have made more already this month than I made for like 4 months of the last year and the last quarter. And one of the things that's been different is that I have also had about 75 or 80 personal consults. Like I've gotten on and talked to people one-on-one. That's what's converted. Because people know who you are when you're talking to them. And when you're on a communication with them, they can share their story, right? And talk about where they're at. And you can figure out if you have something that can help them. But there's no way to know that without talking to them. And that, so for me, and I've been doing that a lot through LinkedIn. Right now, that's where I've been focusing predominantly because I'm looking for writers and content creators and coaches and stuff. And a lot of those people are on LinkedIn. So that's where a lot of mine has been coming from. But I just taped an episode of Wild Warrior yesterday with somebody that I met on LinkedIn. And we had the best chat and we got off there and she said, I am so glad we met. And I'm like, I know. And it was a random reach out. And I'll tell you, I gave my assistant a set of criteria to go look for. She specifically went looking for her. So she found her. And then I followed up, of course, after the initial connection. But that has led to a whole bunch of things. And I'm guessing that at some point we'll be doing some other things together. But that was all from one, if you will, Martha, reach out post to her. It was a connection message to her, but we went straight from the first message to this square, right? And that was where the magic happened, you know, in terms of conversion, but also connection. Because it's a conversion's great, but the connection is really what pays you, right? Because that is where you create those raving fans that we like to talk about, that will say, oh my gosh, you should totally work with Mary. She's amazing. You know, and that's what we're all looking at. Or, oh, you should totally talk to Sue because she will help you age backwards. Or you should totally talk to Ray because you know what? He is a gold mine of information and an awesome person. And he knows how to push water up a hill with a rake. But
Actually, interesting to say
I
that.
find LinkedIn is good right now. LinkedIn is much better than Facebook for actually connecting with people. I find I get much more genuine connection on, you know, I get people saying, oh, look forward to getting to know you on Facebook. And that's where it stops. You ask if they want to connect with you. It's kind of like, ooh, no, you know, you don't hear from them again. But if you go on LinkedIn, people, you know, if I say, if you're open to it, let's have a chat and get to know each other. I find I get, I mean, I've been booked solid this week with calls from people I've met on LinkedIn. It's awesome.
Actually,
I think
interesting.
it's different maybe in your, go ahead, Fred, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
was just saying, like LinkedIn is double-edged, well, not a double-edged sword, it's weird because like I posted an invite up for this event on LinkedIn, and I haven't checked the numbers today, but I think there was something like 20 people said they would come register, right, for that. And what I did was I actually set it up so they had to go and get a guest pass. So they had to go to a site and put the details in. So when I checked it yesterday and I went through, only 2 people had filled out the guest pass to get the link to come to this meeting. So I followed up with the rest and I said, look, I noticed you're interested in coming to the meeting, but you haven't actually got your guest pass yet. Here's the link, right? Zip. None of those people who turned up. None.
I find when I post events on LinkedIn, people say they're interested.
Yeah.
And I've gone back and
yeah.
And they find out it costs money, they're not interested for my selling on the spot. You got to pay for it. Yeah.
That's the bit I don't get. You know, they're saying they're interested, like they've clicked it, yes, I'm coming, and you go, yeah, everybody, you know, some things happen or whatever, so you'd expect a drop off. But, you know, if 20 people registered, I would expect at least 10 to turn up, right? Or even 2 if you want to take 10%, right? But 0, and that's happened. We've tried that, and like Sherry's been witness to that. We tried that multiple times, inviting people to this event. We get lots of registrations from LinkedIn and 0 response attendees. Now I put
I
that.
think
I do find that
charging helps.
Yeah, if I send an actual personal invite saying, here, would like you to join this event. Like, I think people are, I just think the automatic, like, here, would you like to come to this? I just don't think they respond very well. And maybe they get inundated. I don't know. There's so many bots and different things. Sometimes people don't know if they're talking to a real person. That's why I feel like it's easier to go back through and say, hey, it was great talking to you this week. I'd love to invite you to this networking group that I do. And I need to go into my CRM. It just made me think of that, and tag people that have, you know, that I've talked to in terms of the magazine and the interview, and actually invite them with an invite to this group, because that's really, those are people that I've already connected to on a personal level.
Have you set up pipelines in the CRM? Okay, that's what
I talked to Fatima. I talked to Fatima about that.
Yeah.
I actually don't really understand how to do it. I need to talk to this guy. He's a really cool guy named Fred Gillen. He is awesome at that.
I know, I'm guilty of that too. He knows so much, and I just like, yeah, I need to talk to Fred.
I know, it's like, But actually, and I love that it's in there. I actually don't quite know how to execute one, but we'll talk about that, because I think, you know, that's the part of the automation that maybe everything that we're doing, we're actually maybe not doing as well, even with all the ways that people mentioned, is because if you take the first step and it doesn't help you do the second and third and track it, you really, I don't know, what's it called? Shooting fish in a barrel or whatever you're trying. But it's not probably executing it the way and at the level that it could. If you're going to use the tools for automation, use them, right, Brad?
Yeah, and you got to be careful though that you don't over automate, you know, because you still got to be monitoring what's going on. And like even
Correct.
the pipelines, you've got to go in and have a look and see. You can't rely on the system to run your business, because if the system doesn't work, then, and you're not aware of it, then what happens?
Right. And also, I think, you know, I've gotten things where I've gotten automated responses, and because I've asked a question and I'm like, what in the world? That does not even make sense to what I asked. And then I'm like, well, I'm kind of turned off, because I'm like, that's not really helpful to me. And it really sort of breaks apart the connection for me if it's automated and it doesn't make sense to the person. So I think there definitely has to be a monitoring component to those sort of apps and different things that you use. Okay, so before we wrap up, because we're going to wrap up, I didn't even put my information in here. What am I doing? Anyway, not that everybody doesn't have it. I'm literally just going to put my website in here because you can find me there. But anyway, before we wrap up, I want to have everybody share something that you will do with intention for this next 7 days. First one, I'm going to give you one. First one is to post your offer the day before, so that when we pull it up, it's there. I'm looking for 100% return on this one. So to do that, but one thing that you really want to accomplish and come back into this square next week, or if you aren't able to make it, that you write in your planner by next Thursday, US time, that I will execute blank. I kind of want to see what's that one thing, and consider the people in this screen your accountability. Let's see, who wants to volunteer to go first, or I'll voluntold somebody. Yes, Ellen, way to go.
Oh, well. What I'm going to do is organize, have one-on-ones with each one members that I haven't had.
Okay, that's amazing. So what number of one-on-ones do you want to commit to scheduling before next Thursday?
Well, there's 3 of you that I have not talked to, so I'm going to have to contact the 3 ladies here on here.
Sweet. Well, we'll just say that you have to go outside of here too, so we're going to make you double that. You have to do 6, us 3, and you don't have to have them all completed, but they need to be scheduled. So, oops, what's happening here?
No, I will definitely will do 6, because yeah, I've got another networking group I've got to connect with. So no, that's my goal this week, is connecting with, doing one-on-ones, because there's no point coming to meetings like this if we don't connect with other people.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Yep.
Absolutely. I apologize. My computer started going really strange and throwing me all over. So I can't even see where you guys are at the moment. So anyway, who wants to go next?
I'll go next, just to put my foot in it. I'm gonna post 5 like every day except the weekends on LinkedIn with a post that is interesting. Like, I mean, I'm just gonna schedule them and get them done. So I will have I've got to get consistent with having my LinkedIn posts up there.
I'm gonna have to. I've made you host, Sherry, so the room should stay open.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
I need to run too. I've got to get out of here. So.
Okay.